In the last episode, we covered Panama, $1,000 a month, permanent residency, one of the most generous retiree discount programs in the world. In this episode, we're crossing the Atlantic. If you appreciate me making this type of content, let me know by gently tapping that like button. Let's get into it. So first, what exactly is the D7 visa? It's officially called the Passive Income Visa. Portugal created it for non-EU citizens who have a reliable source of passive income and want to live in Portugal long-term. Passive income includes pensions, social security, rental income, and dividends. Essentially anything that comes in regularly without you actively working for it. Social security qualifies. The income requirement for the D7 is approximately 920 euros, which converts to approximately $1,052 per month as of the date of this recording for a single applicant. That's based on Portugal's minimum wage, which the D7 uses as its baseline. If you're receiving the average Social Security benefit right now, currently around $2,082 per month, you're very likely above that threshold. For couples, the requirement increases by 50%, so approximately $1,578 per month for two people. What types of income count? Social Security, pensions, rental income from U.S. properties, dividends, and investment income. If it's passive and recurring, it almost certainly qualifies. Now, here's the key difference between the D7 and the Panama Pensionado. And I want to be clear about this because it matters. The Panama Pensionado gives you permanent residency from day one. The D7 is different. It starts as a 2-year residence permit. After 2 years, you renew for 3 more. After 5 years total, you can apply for permanent residency. That's a longer road than Panama. But what you get in return is access to the European Union. As a D7 holder, you can travel freely throughout 27 European countries without a separate visa. That's not nothing. All right, let's get into the paperwork. Here's what you'll need. First, a valid U.S. passport with at least 6 months of validity remaining. Second, an FBI criminal background check, apostilled. Same as Panama, use an approved channeler for fastest processing. Third, proof of your passive income. For Social Security, this is your SSA benefits verification letter confirming your monthly amount. Fourth, 3 months of bank statements plus your most recent federal tax return. Fifth, comprehensive private health insurance valid for your entire time in Portugal. This is required before you arrive, not after. It doesn't need to be expensive, but it must cover you there. Sixth, proof of housing in Portugal. A signed long-term rental agreement or proof of property ownership. This is the step that trips people up. You need housing arranged before you apply. Seventh, 2 Schengen format passport photos. These follow a slightly different specification than standard U.S. passport photos. VFS Global or your lawyer can provide the exact requirements when you book your appointment. Eighth, a written personal statement explaining your intent to reside in Portugal and your plans for living there. It doesn't need to be lengthy, but it should be specific. Why Portugal, where you plan to live, how long you intend to stay. Your lawyer can help with this. 2 more items I'll cover in the next section: your Portuguese NIF and a Portuguese bank account. Both are required before you can apply. Quick break. The full resource list is in the description and pinned comment below, including where to apply and how to get your NIF set up remotely. Before you can apply for the D7, you need 2 things from Portugal: a NIF number and a Portuguese bank account. A NIF is your Portuguese tax identification number. Every resident has one. You need it to open a bank account, sign a lease, or do almost anything official in Portugal. The good news, you can get your NIF remotely through a Portuguese lawyer or a service such as Madeira Corporate Services, Euro Business Center, and NovoMove without traveling first. Once you have your NIF, you can open a Portuguese bank account at for example, Millennium BCP or Novo Banco. They allow this process to be done remotely. Build this step into your timeline early. It can take a few weeks. Like Panama, you're not legally required to use a lawyer. But for Portugal specifically, it's strongly recommended to use a Portuguese immigration lawyer, not a US-based one. Portuguese lawyers know the current requirements, have working relationships with VFS Global and AIMA, and can spot document issues before they become rejections. Lawyer fees for the D7 process typically run between approximately $1,100 and $2,700. Some firms include NIF service, bank account setup, and AIMA appointment coordination. Ask specifically what's included before you sign. Let's walk through the process itself, step by step. Get your NIF and open your Portuguese bank account. Do this first. Everything else depends on it. Arrange your housing in Portugal. You need a signed long-term lease or proof of ownership before you apply. Many people connect with Expat Facebook groups to find a long-term rental remotely. Gather and apostille your U.S. documents, FBI background check, SSA letter, bank statements. Allow 8 to 10 weeks for the FBI check and apostille processing. Apply through VFS Global, not directly at a Portuguese consulate. VFS Global is the authorized submission center for Portugal visa applications in the United States. Book your appointment at your nearest location. Step 5. Wait for consulate processing. Typically 30 to 90 days, sometimes up to 4 months. Step 6. Travel to Portugal on your D7 visa. Your visa is valid for 4 months. You must book your AIMA appointment before it expires. Step 7. Attend your AIMA appointment. AIMA is Portugal's immigration authority. They issue your residence permit card. Appointment availability varies widely. In Lisbon and Porto, waits are currently running up to 12 months, but sometimes sooner. In smaller cities such as Braga or Coimbra, appointments are available much sooner, but it depends on the location, how many staff they have, and other factors. Step 8. Receive your residence permit card. AIMA has up to 90 days to issue it after your appointment. Your initial card is valid for 2 years. Now, the honest caveats. First, the D7 is not instant permanent residency. You're looking at 5 years before you can apply for permanent status. If that timeline doesn't work for you, the Panama Pensionado is worth revisiting. Second, AIMA appointment backlog is real, particularly in Lisbon and Porto. If you have flexibility on where in Portugal you start, choosing a smaller city can significantly speed up your AIMA appointment. Third, exchange rate risk. The income requirement is set in euros. If the euro strengthens against the dollar equivalent of that requirement goes up. Something to monitor, especially in your first year. Fourth, you must maintain Portugal as your primary residence. The D7 requires you to spend at least 183 days per year in Portugal. This is not a part-time arrangement. And fifth, verify everything before acting on anything in this video. Immigration rules, income thresholds, processing times, and fees change. What's accurate today may shift by the time you apply. Use this as a starting point, then confirm the current requirements directly with a Portuguese immigration lawyer or the official Portuguese consulate. Another point I'll pass along is many expats have said in Facebook groups that you should bring 2 copies of everything, in addition to the originals, to your AIMA appointment, even if you already submitted the documents. So that's Portugal's D7 visa, approximately $1,000 per month in passive income, a clear 5-year path to permanent residency, and access to the entire European Union. More steps up front than Panama, but a completely different world waiting on the other side. The resources are in the description and pinned comment below. If this video helped, please tap the like button. It helps more people find this channel, and I greatly appreciate it. And if you want to go deeper, the next video is Ecuador Permanent Residency on $800 a month. Here's how. I'll see you there.